Okay, good evening everyone. Now here this is unit 12, which is one of the very easy lesson with compared to others. Now today I just discussed about the ICT in business, and then we'll discuss all the past paper questions. So this is not difficult lesson actually compared to others. You have to just remember some of the terminologies, and again some day-to-day terminologies also will be used. So therefore, this is not a difficult lesson. Easily you can score the marks in the examination. Normally you get the question with the digital economy or ICT in business, as well as future trends with AI technologies. That is how you get the question in the exam paper. So first part normally you get from the ICT in the business. Part B you get the questions from the AI or IoT or intelligent agents. So initially, the first part you need to know about what is digital economy, or sometimes we call as web economy. So like basically idea here is that when you take the economic activities, when these activities are carried out by digital technologies, then we call basically digital economy. So when you take the economic activities, we know that it basically involves with the producing, buying and selling, or delivering the goods and services. Like when all these activities are done through the digital technologies and through the internet, then we call that as a digital economy. So basically, that is economy where all the activities of the economy will be done with the digital technologies as well as through the internet. Now, what are the features of the digital economy? Basically, we use the internet and digital technologies, and this will support for online transactions where people can make all the transactions through online. So, and again, you can work with the global market or world market. So we can have the very faster communications and reduce the paperwork and the operational cost. And it provides the services 24 hours and 7 days. So therefore, these are some of the features of the digital economy. Then the main advantages, now you can see these are very simple thing where you know some of them actually. That's why I told you this lesson is not difficult. This is one of the very easy lesson actually. Now mainly digital economy advantages are you can do all the transaction very faster. You can access to the global market and cost can be minimized, improve the efficiency, productivity. It is very easy for the customers. Normally, when you are going to buy something, you want to travel to that place, which will include the traveling cost and the traveling time. But with the digital economy, you can do all the transactions online. That will save you time and the money. So that is very convenient for the customers. As well as there are disadvantages of the digital economy. That is mainly the cybersecurity threats. We know that when you are making transactions through online, there can be some cybersecurity related issues and some data privacy concerns. Sometimes your private information will be lost when you are working in the online transactions. And again, everything depends on the internet connectivity. If you don't have internet connections, then again, you may not be able to get the services. Again, that will affect the digital divide. So what is basically digital divide? Idea is that actually when you take a country or when you take the entire world, some places internet, all the literacy related to the IT is available. But you can see the same country, there are some areas, no internet facilities, no any ICT literacy like that. So then we can divide the country or the world based on the resources or accessibility of the digital technologies. That is equal as a digital divide. So we want to minimize the digital device. We want to have the equal facilities and equal knowledge in everywhere. So therefore, digital divide should be minimized always. Now the problem is that digital divide. Digital divide means there are some areas where there are some people who doesn't have internet connectivity, and again who doesn't have any knowledge of the IT, so they are not willing to work with online transactions. That is another problem with digital economy or online transactions. And sometimes the frauds and the crimes can be occurred through online. So those are the advantages and disadvantages of the digital economy. So I think these are not very difficult thing. In simple terms, you know these things actually. That is why I told you this lesson is not difficult. Based on your basic understanding, you can write the answers. So you can write basically digital economy equals the internet, digital technologies, and online business. So basically, everything is done in the digitally. That means all the economic activities, that is buying and selling, productions, and marketing, everything is done with the online. So that is basically digital economy. So that includes the internet connections, digital technologies, and online businesses. Now, in this table, you can see the comparison between the traditional economy and the digital economy. So traditional economy always physical business, but here it is online business. And traditional economy, all the payments are done in the cash. Here we do the payments in digital format. In traditional economy, that is local market, but digital economy is a global market. And everything will be based on the papers in traditional economy, but here it is electronic records. Now, there is a limitation of working hours when it is physical businesses, but in online, there is no time restrictions. And very slow transaction when you do it physically, but very fast transaction when you do it digitally. So like that, you should be able to compare the traditional economy and the digital economy. However, I think these things are in your mind because these are some kind of day-to-day activities you have this knowledge. That is why initially I told you this lesson is not a difficult lesson. Then the next one is the reverse auctions, which is another trends in the digital economy. So in normal auctions, now I think you may have seen the auctions. So basically in the auctions, what happened? We have a set of buyers and one seller. So one seller, set of buyers are there. What happened? Each buyer bid for the any product. So in that case, each buyer will say that, okay, I'm willing to buy this one with this amount. Like that, each one say that how much they can pay for the product. Then what happened? Time to time, this price of the product will be increased by the buyers. So the one who pay the highest amount will get the product. So basically, in normal auctions, what happened? There are many buyers, only one seller. When the buyers are requesting the item, each buyer can increase the price. So at the end, the person who has made the highest price will get the product. So in the normal auctions, what happened? The competition between the buyers, so that the price will be increased. But you can see the reverse auction is totally other way. Where what happened? There are multiple sellers, but one buyer. What is done by the sellers? Sellers are going to reduce the price. Then what happened? The buyer is going to buy the item from the seller who is giving the lowest price. So that is basically the reverse auction. So as discussed here, a reverse auction is a type of auction where the multiple sellers compete by the offering lower price to a single buyer. So that basically we have single buyer but multiple sellers. And each seller will reduce the price. Then the buyer will buy the item from the person who sells the item in the lowest cost. Therefore, in the reverse auction, what happened? Price of the product will be reduced so that the customer will get the advantage or buyer get the advantage. So in this case, you can say advantage reduce the purchase cost. That is obvious. We have multiple sellers, the seller will decrease the price. So that will give the very competitive pricing and increase the transparency. But disadvantage also there. Some instance when the price is reduced, sometimes the quality also will be reduced. That is the one problem you may get when the price is reduced. And again, there will be very low profit for the seller because of that. So that is a difficulty for the small business. Now you can see is a comparison between the traditional auction and the reverse auction. In the traditional auction, buyer competes. In reverse auction, sellers compete. In traditional, price will increase. Now the reverse auction price will be reduced. So in traditional one, the highest bidder will win. But reverse auction, the person who gets the lowest seller, will be selected to buy the items. So in traditional one seller, many buyers. Reverse auction, one buyer, many sellers. So I think these are not difficult thing. There's another trends in the digital economy is the group purchase. So you know that when you're going to buy some item, let's say you want to buy a laptop. So then when you go to that shops, when you say that, okay, I want to buy a laptop, they just give you the price and you have to buy it. But instead of just going to the shops and buying the laptop, you can find out set of friends together. Let's say you have the 10 friends who wants to buy the laptop, then 10 of them can go there and tell them, okay, we are going to buy the laptop, 10 laptops. Is there any price reductions? Definitely, that will be a good advantage for the organization or the sellers. They will reduce the price. So that is the idea behind the group purchase. When you buy the product as a group, probably the price will be reduced. So therefore, group purchase or group buying is an e-commerce business model in which multiple customers join together to buy the same product or service at a discount price. So I think it is very simple thing. You may be able to understand. The advantages: customer receive the product with very low cost. Seller can increase the sales quickly. Helps clear excess stocks. Attract new customers because price will be reduced. Therefore, definitely more customers you will get. Disadvantage of the group purchase: the deal may fail if the minimum number of buyers are not reached. That means if the seller says that, okay, we want to have 20 clients or 20 customers. In that case, if you are unable to find the 20 customers, then you may not get that advantage. Sometimes customer may need to wait until group is completed to buy the item. Limited product choice. So those will be there. So if you compare traditional purchase and the group purchase, in traditional one, individual customer buys the product. Group, multiple customers together will buy. Traditional one, normal selling price, but group purchase reduce the or discount the price. Traditional, no minimum number of buyers, but group there's a requirement minimum number of buyers. In traditional one, discount is uncommon. Normally they don't get the discount, but in the group purchase, definitely you can get the discount because there are many people who are going to buy the product. So like, I think you can understand it easily. There's another important thing is the e-marketplace. So I think in day-to-day activities, you know what's the marketplace. You may have already gone to the market. Yeah, you can see different sellers are coming to the market. They just wait, sit some places and sell the product to the people who are going to buy the item from the market. That is basically marketplace. So idea is that multiple or different kind of sellers with different type of products, they come to the marketplace. So the same concept is there in the e-marketplace, where there are different sellers who are selling the different items, but in a single point. That's e-market. So then you can see an e-marketplace is an online platform that brings together buyers and sellers to buy and sell goods and services over the internet. It acts as a digital marketplace, allowing multiple sellers to offer products and multiple buyers to compare and purchase them. So basically, idea is that it's a kind of website which contains multiple items, so products from different uh, producers. Then they can sell this product to the clients. You can see the example of the marketplace, Amazon, eBay, Daras, like example of that. So if you go to the Daras, you can see they are selling different type of items that are coming manufactured by different people. So that's a basic understanding about the e-marketplace. So basically, what are the features of the e-marketplace? Multiple buyers and the sellers. As I told you, when you go to the normal market also, we have the multiple sellers and buyers. Same concept is there. Different sellers are there who are selling different type of items. Online products catalogs are there where you can see the online what are the products available. Product search and comparisons can be done, and online ordering can be done. So online payments can be done, and you can give the customer reviews. Based on that, you can decide it's a good place or bad place. And delivery tracking 24 and 7 availability. So then you can see the comparison between the e-commerce and the e-marketplace. We know that e-commerce basically a business sells its own product only. But e-marketplace, multiple sellers sell products on the same platform. So basically, e-commerce idea is that one seller is selling only one type of items. But e-marketplace, there are different sellers who are selling different items. And e-commerce, usually one seller, many buyers. But e-marketplace, many sellers, many buyers. And e-commerce managed by single business, but e-marketplace managed by marketplace operator. So you can see the examples given here. Apple online store, like they just send or sell on the Apple products. But Amazon, Daras, eBay, you can see there are different kind of items selling through the market. Then the comparison is given for the online store and the e-marketplace. Again, you can see online store owned by only one single business. But e-marketplace, there are different sellers who are selling the different items. And online store sells one company's products. But e-marketplace sells different product on different manufacturers. Online store limited product range, but e-marketplace wide range of products will be there. So example, Samsung online store for online store, but e-marketplace again you can take the Amazon, Zara's like that. Then when you take the different business models, e-commerce, some organizations are pure brick, some of them are pure click, some of them are brick and clicks. Now let's see what are these businesses. First one is a pure bricks. Basically very old business organization where everything is done manually, nothing online. So basically pure brick means traditional business that operates only through the physical stores and doesn't conduct business online. So that's the idea behind the pure bricks. Normal local grocery shop, pharmacy, small bookstore. You can see they do everything manually, no any computerized part. Now the advantages is customer can inspect the product before they purchase because they are physically available. And personal interaction with customers, immediate delivery of the products. These are possible with the pure bricks. Pure brick disadvantages limited to the local customers, high operating cost. Businesses can be done only the opening hours when you take the pure brick organization. The next one is a pure click. Pure click organization, another one. They do everything online, nothing manual. Example, if you take the bookshops who sells the books, basically e-books. In that case, everything can be automated, nothing to do with the physical parts. So just remember that example, e-book shops, where a bookshop is selling the books online, where everything is pure click, no any manual parts are necessary. Examples given here is actually pay-per-click business operates only through the internet and doesn't have a physical store. Customer purchase products or service online. Example Netflix, Udemy, like that. Advantages: low operating cost, global customer reach, open 24 hours. But there are disadvantages also, that customer cannot inspect the product actually, because when you do this buying and selling online, you can't see the product conditions, and depends on the internet connectivity, yes, and delivery delays of physical goods. So those are some characteristics of the pay-per-click organization. Then you have the brick and click. So brick and click means there are some organization ideas that some parts are physically done, some parts are online done. So they are we call as a brick and click organization, where some parts are done online, some parts are done manually. That is example Apple, Daras, like those examples. They have online parts as well as what we call physical parts. So the advantages here is actually you can have more customers, provides open flexibility, builds customer trust. Disadvantages: high operating cost, more complex inventory management, require investment in both online and physical resources. So then here you can compare the three type of businesses: pure brick, pure click, brick and click. Just have idea about these type of organization. Any questions up to now before going to the next? Okay, next one is accounting with ICT. Now I think you know that most of the accounting works in organization done with the systems, but traditionally everything is done by manually. If you look at 10 to 20 years back, if you go to a bank, you will see that they did everything manually. All the interest calculation, everything done manually, no computers, no printers, nothing. But now you can see all the banks will do the work with the systems. That is because of the high accuracy, high reliability, and a lot of advantages are there when we do the systems. Early, if you open account in the bank, you need to go to the same bank always to make the transactions. But now you know that you can open the account in one branch, you can do a transaction in other country. So like that, you can do the transaction from anywhere. So then you can see account in the ICT refers to the use of ICT to record, process, to analyze the reports of financial information efficiently and accurately. So then basically because of that actually, which will improve the quality, very fast services, very accurate services can be done with the ICT. So if you look at the functions of ICT, functions of accounting with ICT, basically record the financial transaction, process accounting data, maintaining the accounting records, prepare the financial statements, managing the payrolls, inventory controls or inventory management, tax calculations, budgeting and forecasting, generate financial reports. Now, these are the advantages you get when you do the accounting in the ICT, very faster processing of financial data, improve the accuracy, reduce the human errors, automatic calculations, real-time financial reports, better data security, easy to backups. You can easily create the backups. Backup means if something happened to your data, you can recover the data. That's the backups. Nowadays, normally you keep the data as a backups in clouds, so that if something happened to your machines or data, you can retrieve the backups data through online or through the clouds. Then what are the disadvantages of this? When you are making this the software initial cost is very high. We have this accounting software, they are very expensive. And we need to train people to work with that. And it depends on the computers and the electricity. And there can be some size security threats when you make the payments and everything through online. So here you can see the comparisons between the traditional and the accounting and accounting the ICT. Traditional paper-based, but nowadays computerized records. Traditional manual calculation, but now automated calculations. Traditional will take many time consuming, but now very fast processing. Now there are more errors, human errors in the traditional one, but very less errors and high accurate with ICT with accounting. And limited data storage for the traditional one, but here we can large electronic storages are there. Manual backups, but here you can computerize digital backups can be read easily. So that way you should be able to compare this traditional accounting and the account with ICT. Actually, these things you don't need to memorize. With your general knowledge, you can write the answers actually. That's why I told you this lesson is not difficult. Some of the questions you can write the answers with your general knowledge. The next one is human resource management. You know that most of the large organizations, we have the human resource management software or some human resource manager is there. Basically, when you take an organization, if there are 10,000 employees, in that case, you have to manage all these employees from recruiting to the final day of that person. Everything should be managed with the systems. Those are basically human resource management systems. Nowadays, most of the systems are working with the technology. So basically, human resource management is the process of planning, recruiting, selecting, training, developing, evaluating, and managing the employees in the organization. From the dates people are recruiting, the dates they are exiting from the organization, everything can be managed through the systems. So there are systems, basically the human resource management systems. What are the functions in human resource management? Human resource planning, recruitment, employee selection, employee training and deployment, performance evaluation, because we have to get increments. For that, you have to measure the performance, who are good, who are bad, attendance management, leave management, employee records management. Those are included in the human resource management in an organization. So nowadays, through the mobile phone, people can apply for the leave and you can improve the higher management if you are absent for the work. Like those can be managed with the systems very easily. And when you take the human resource improvement system, HRIS, it's a computer-based systems where all the employees' details are there. The managers or the owner can find information from this HRIS. What are the advantages? Faster recruitment process, reduce the paperwork, improve the accuracy, easy employment record management, automatic payroll calculation, better communication, real-time reporting, increased productivity, better decision making, SQL. So like these are some advantages of the HR and disadvantages of the human resource management systems. High implementation cost. We know these softwares are very expensive. And we need to train people to work with the systems. And cybersecurity issues, hacking can be occurred. Data privacy concerns when you store the data depends on the technology and software maintenance cost. So those are some of the challenges or issues with the human resource management. Now you can see the comparison between the traditional human resource management and the ICT based human resource management. The traditional one, paper based, now it is electronic records. Traditional one, manual, he done all the things, but now it is online. And manual payrolls, but now automated payrolls. Traditionally, manual attendance. People will come and apply for the attendance leaves physically, but now these can be done through online. And manual reportings, but now it can be done real time. Slow communication, but here fast communication. Traditional one is very slow, but now current one is very fast and efficient. So that way you should be able to compare the traditional human resource management and the current human resource management systems. The e-commerce, basically electronic commerce idea is that buying and selling product and services through online. So e-commerce or electronic commerce is the process of buying and selling goods and services electronically through the internet or other computer network. So that is the basically e-commerce, which includes payments, online marketing, order processing, customer supports, everything is there. What are the main components of the e-commerce? Online store is there, product catalog, shopping cart, payment gateway. There, this payment gateway is very important to make the payments online through the payment gateway. Customer database, order processing systems, delivery supports, customer supports. These are the main components in the e-commerce website. So these are very good advantages of the e-commerce. Most of the past papers, this question is very famous. What are the advantages, disadvantages of the e-commerce? Basically, they are available 24 hours and 7 days. You can buy the products from anywhere through the internet. You can access to the global market and compare the prices. Very fast response, low operating cost, easy price comparisons, wide variety of products, seek online payments options, convenient home delivery. So these are some of the advantages of the actually. There are disadvantages also in the e-commerce. Customer cannot physically inspect the product before they buy. Sometimes when you make the order through online, once you get the product, sometimes you will see that product is very small than it was shown. So like there can be some differences. Cybersecurity threats will be there. Hacking or cracking those can be occurred. Some privacy concern when you keep your data in the systems, there if someone takes your confidential information, then you will lose the privacy. And again, they are depends on basically internet connectivity. Sometimes the delivery of the product may delayed. And again, if the product is damaged or something you are not happy, reimbursement or changing is very difficult. Okay, then we come to the next part, basically e-business or electronic business. Now, here the idea is that e-business is a part. Actually, it's a e-commerce is a part of the e-business. So basically, e-business is entire business process in the organization can be done through digital devices. So for that, actually, we need to have the internet connectivity and where you can manage all the activities online. So what are the activities involved for this actually e-business? So remember, e-business is a complete business process where e-commerce is subset of that one. So basically in the e-business, the entire business process should be done online or physically based on the requirements. Then part of that actually e-business, one component of the e-business is e-commerce. Then what are the activities in the e-business? Buying and selling product and services, that is e-commerce. Online marketing, customer relationship management, human resource management, accounting and finance, inventory management, supply chain management. Like those are the things that are included in the e-business. Then the disadvantages, sorry, these are the activities actually. Main components in the e-business, you can see e-commerce, e-marketing, e-banking, e-payments, supply chain management, customer relationship management, human resource management, account systems. All these are included here actually. Then what are the advantages of the e-business? When you do it electronically, you can access the global market, faster business operation, low operating cost, improve the customer service, better communication, increase the productivity, easy access to the business information, reduce the paperwork, real-time decision making, 24/7 working environment. Disadvantage of the e-business, cybersecurity threats, data privacy concerns, depends on the internet connectivity, high initial implementation cost, requires skilled employees, online frauds and cybercrime, system failures can interrupt the business operations. Like you should be able to compare and contrast both of them together. So you can see here I have given the table to compare them together. E-business and e-commerce. E-business convert all electronic business activities, but e-commerce basically buying and selling the product and services. E-business include everything, HRM in the organization, accounting, marketing, supply chain management, like those are there. But e-commerce basically buying and selling product and services through online. Okay, any questions up to now? Okay, then we just come to the e-commerce transaction type. We have different transaction types, B2B, B2C, C2B, C2C. B means business organizations, C means consumers, so customers. So basically, when you write like this, the first one is seller, second one is buyer. So when you say B2B, seller is a business organization, buyer also business organization. In that case, idea is that there's a business organization who are selling the product and services to another business organization. Example, computer manufacturer selling laptops to another university, or wholesale supply products to the supermarkets. A software company selling the ERP system to a bank, like that. That is basically there is organization, business organization who are selling the same product and services to another business organization, which is done through online. And B2C ideas that there's a business organization who are selling product and services to the client or customers through online. Example, Amazon is a business organization who is selling the product and services to their clients. Daras are the example for B2C. C2B's under example is that consumer to business. That means there's a customer or consumer who is selling the product and services to business organization through online. Example, freelancer graphic designer creates a company logo. A photographer selling products to a business. And social media influencer promoting the company's products, like that. So basically, client is selling the product and services to another business organization. Then C to C, that is customer to customer or consumer to consumer. Idea is that one customer is selling product and service to another customer through online. Example, selling the used mobile phone through the online. Selling the second-hand books to online, like example eBay. Now let's say your mobile phone is very old, you want to sell it, you can do it through online easily. In that case, you are selling something, you are customer or you are client. You are selling product and services to another client or another customer, that is C2C. So here I have given the comparison, just understand. Sometime in the exams, you may have the B2E also. That means business to employees. In that case, business organization selling the product and services to their employees. That is called the B2C. Then the next important word is the procurement. So basically procurement means when you take organization, we want to buy different kind of products for the organization. Some stationaries, maybe some chairs, maybe some tables. Like that is basically procurement. Now this procurement works can be done through systems without doing manually. So basically procurement is a process of purchasing goods and services electronically using the internet and other digital technologies. That is we call as e-procurement. So that is basically purchasing product and services electronically with the digital technologies. That is we call as e-procurement. Traditional one and the current e-procurements are compared. Traditional one is paper-based, but now it is electronic format. Traditional one is manual supply selection, but now it's online. Traditional one is physical quotation, but now it's electronic quotations. Traditional one, manual purchase orders, but now it's electronic purchase order. Manual one very slow, but now it is very fast. And manual one has very high paper workload, but now minimize the paperwork and difficult to track, but easy to track electronically. Higher administrative cost, but very low administrative cost there. Then the next one is basically virtual storefront. This virtual storefront is online shops or website where the business displays and sells its product and services over the internet. Remember the e-marketplace where multiple sellers are coming and selling the things. But in the virtual storefronts, it is only for the single organization. They have the storefront where there's a website. They publish their own product and services. Nothing others actually. That is basically virtual storefront. So you can see the comparison here. I have given virtual storefront and the physical storefront. Virtual one is operate online. New one has a physical location. Virtual one is available 24 hours 7, but this is physical stores have limited business hours. Virtual storefront, you can go to the global market, but physical store is a local market. And you can make online payments in the virtual one. In the physical one, everything is given in store. And virtual storefronts, home delivery available, but consumer can collect the products themselves from the physical store. Low operating cost, but very high operating cost in the physical one. So here you can see the comparisons between the online shops and the virtual storefront. So you can see both of them have the same meaning actually. Virtual storefront is online interface or website where product and services display. But online shop is a complete online business system that includes virtual storefront as well as ordering, processing, payments, inventory, everything. So then you can see virtual storefronts only the website which will give you the details about your product. But online shop is basically complete online operations or business systems. Where virtual storefront is a part of that one actually. Then the information broker is a person actually, or sometimes it may be organization that collects some data, analyze this data and organize and sells the information to the customer or any other organization, which is what we call the person who does that one, we call the information broker. We just get the information and process separately. From where you get the information or data for this information broker, maybe through the internet, maybe some research publication, and maybe from government reports or business database, libraries, news articles, social media, company reports. Like from these, you can get the details. If you take the example here, real world example, a company purchases a market research report before launching the new products. A law firm hires an information broker to collect the legal case information, and business buys customer trends reports to improve its marketing strategy. You can see the comparison between the information broker and the search engine. So information broker collects, analyzes, and sells the information. But search engines help the user to search for the information on the internet. An information broker provides process and specialized information. But search engine provides the links of the information. Information broker may charge a fee or subscription, usually free to use in the search engines. Information is verified and organized. Results depends on the search algorithms and the user queries. Example, market search company selling the industry reports, and search engine Google or Bing. Then we have another terminology that you should know, which is we call as e-commerce portal. So basically, e-commerce portal is a website online platform that enables buyers and sellers to conduct electronic business transaction over the internet. So it provides facilities for product browsing, ordering, online payments, order transactions, customer supports. Like you can see the comparison between the e-commerce portal and the e-marketplace. E-commerce portal website used to buy and sell online products and maybe operate by single business or supporting multiple sellers. But e-marketplace online platform that connects multiple buyers and sellers, usually host may independent seller. Then e-commerce portal actually provide the shopping, payment, and order management information. E-marketplace focus on the connecting buyers and sellers and facilitate transaction. Example, e-commerce portal on Apple Online Store, Amazon. E-marketplace, eBay, Alibaba, there are like that. Just remember the examples. Then virtual community. Now, when you're working with the internet, you can work together, which is equal as a virtual community, because it's a community where there are people at different places, not in the close by. Now, virtual community is a group of people who interact, communicate, share information, and collaborate through the internet using online platform, regardless of their geographical location. Members of the virtual community usually share the common interest, goal, professional, and activity. So what are the characteristics of the virtual community? Members communicate online. People can join from anywhere in the world. Members share the common interest or goal. Information is shared quickly, supports collaborations and discussion 24-hour services. Some example for virtual communities, Facebook groups. Like you can see a lot of examples are given. WhatsApp communication, LinkedIn groups like that. Then we just come to another important part is revenue models. Basically, we know that revenue means basically how they can earn the profits through the systems. So for that, there are different organizations are using different revenue models. First one is a sales revenue models. That means when you publish something where you can make the payment through online, that is what we call sales revenue models. That is one of the model which can be used to so basically revenue models are very important because when you create something you are expecting some money. So out of that there are different kind of revenue models: sales revenue models, advertising revenue models, subscription revenue model, transaction fee and reverse revenue models, and again the application revenue models. Sales revenue means when you sell something, you can get the profit. So which is called as sales revenue models. Advertising revenue model means in some websites you can see when you go to some of the systems where they publish others advertisements like Yahoo, Facebook, Google, like that. You can see they publish some of them. Marketing will be done through online. Subscription revenue model is that basically monthly or yearly you have to make the payments. Example, when you're using this Facebook or what is software. Sorry, when you working with this or when you take this example like Zoom, monthly you have to make the payment. Subscriptions are there. Otherwise, you can't use a Zoom if you are not making the payments in every month. That is, you get the profit by subscriptions. Then the transaction fee revenue models is that whenever you have transaction, you have to pay something. Like example, PayPal, eBay, like that. When you make the payment online, you have to make some small amount. That is we call as transaction fee revenue models. Affiliate revenue model means some organization has very high good name or value, then you can use that name for your organization. Let's say there's a very large complex organization or university in another country, then you can have another degree program which will get that offer the degree, but it is coming from another country. So that is you are using the name of the very famous organization. That is equal as affiliate revenue models. So those are the revenue models you can use to make the payments. Here are the comparison. You can just go through that. The next important is digital marketing. As you know, nowadays this digital marketing is very much popular. People will do the marketing very faster than earlier. Earlier, the marketing cost was very high, but now you can do all this advertisements or digital marketing can be done through online, which is very fast and large number of customers you can select. So like that is a very easy and good methods to make the marketing. So basically digital marketing is a promotion of products, services, brands using digital technologies, especially the internet, mobile devices, social media, search engines, emails, website to reach customers. So what are the features of the digital marketing? Basically, we are using internet and digital devices, reaches the global audience, provide the target advertising, is enable two-way communication with customer, allow real-time performance tracking, more cost-effective, like that. Now, these are some of the common digital marketing channels you can use, like then you can see the advantages. You can have very large number of customers, low market cost, available in 24 hours, faster communication with the customers, easy to measure the campaign performance, supports targeted advertising, increase the brand awareness, and improve the customer engagement. But there are disadvantages also, like you need to have the internet access, high competition online, privacy and security concerns, negative reviews, require the digital marketing skills, technology change rapidly. So that's a disadvantage. Now, as I told you, this payment gateway is the one which is necessary to make the payment online. So payment gateway is a secure online service that authorizes, encrypts, and processes the electronic payments between the customer and the merchant. So what are the features of the payment gateway? It's a secure online payment processing, data encryptions are used, fraud detection, multiple payment supports, real-time transaction processing, currency conversion, payment confirmation, refund management can be done. The advantage is seek online transaction, very fast payment processing, reduce the frauds, build customer trust. Disadvantages, transaction fee may be applied, requires internet connectivity, technical and failures may interrupt the process. Like you can see with the general knowledge, you can do it. Examples, PayPal, Square, authorized.net, like that. So that's the content actually you have to cover in this unit 12. And then you can see I have shared this one with the past papers. Now all the past paper questions are there. So what you can do is you can complete this in tomorrow class. I am planning to discuss all these questions related to this lesson. So now when you are discussing, you will realize this is one of the very easy part or easy lesson. Okay, then we'll have the class tomorrow. Thank you for joining.